shades over here. I did it. Trying to help out. Oh man, I can't wait. This is the greatest. You and your daughter puts all that on her big floor. Yeah. All right, guys. Hey, if you missed any of the action last night, we saw some phenomenal matches. Kicked off the day with Sky Woodward and Shane Van Boning. The first game went 7-7 on the ball count, and there was a little back and forth. We saw some great runs, and eventually Sky Woodward takes it down and sends SVB to the one-loss side. After that, we eventually saw Tony Chohan and Josh Roberts match up, and they send Josh to the L side, where he's been on a little bit of a tear, beating Warren. Prior to that, Tony had played, or after that, Tony played Chip Compton. Sent Chip to the L side with a 4-1 victory. Chip will be playing Jeremy Seaman this morning at the same time that this Sky Woodward and Josh Roberts match is going on. And After those matches conclude, Sky and Josh and Jeremy and Chip, the winners of those two matches will square off the TV table, because we'll have our hot seat match, Fedor Gorst and Tony Chohan playing for the hot seat of the one pocket, over, I believe, over 7,400 up for grabs in the tournament. So not a bad payout, $7,400 for first place. There is a little bit of side pot action, and I believe the total payout comes out to be about 10,000. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, total payout a little over 10,000. I think it's 3,200 for first on that side action pot. So. Yeah, guys, it's going to be a good day. Of course, after we have our hot seat match, we will go straight into the third place match, and then finish it out and be at our finals. So, if you haven't got your pay-per-view pass, go ahead and get it at omegabilliards.com. Immediately following the action tonight, we will have a little bit of 9-ball action for you on the bar box. 10-ball single elimination, I believe race to 11 starts tomorrow right around 1:30, and that will go into Sunday. Of course, single elimination, it's not going to take a very long time, so we will go check out all the 10-ball action, watch our finals, hopefully Sunday around 3 or 4 o'clock, and then conclude with our bar table 9-ball action. So a lot of good stuff coming up, and of course we're just it looks like we're just about 30 minutes away from Sky and Josh. As soon as either one of those guys pulls up and hops on the table, I'll take the flyer down, but right now it's just an empty table, so we'll leave the flyer up. Do want to say thank you to all of our sponsors as well as the tournament sponsors. Without those guys, we wouldn't be able to do what we're doing, and of course Racks on the Rocks, absolutely been an absolute pleasure for us to be here. These guys have gone above and beyond to make sure that we have what we need, and they've really done a great job of running this tournament so far, and I'm pretty sure that they won't have any issues with the remainder of it. So Josh Roberts, Sky Woodward, race to 3 on the L side, immediately followed by Fedor Gorst and Tony Chohan in the hot seat match. Less than 30 minutes away, guys. Don't go anywhere. All right, guys, it's Stephen Wyatt with Omega TV, and we are live in Peoria, Illinois at Racks on the Rocks. Josh Roberts warming up here. Still got time to get your pay-per-view pass. We will be free for just a little while, but we're not going to be on for the full time, so you'll get about a half a game, and then you're going to get your pay-per-view pass at omegabilliards.com to watch the rest of this event as well as the rest of the weekend. I got a special guest commentator, the one and only T-Rex Tony Chohan, with me. How's it going, Tony?
Good. How you doing, Steve?
Man, I'm good. It's been a good morning so far. I got some breakfast, ready to watch some high-class one pocket.
That's good. Yeah, I'm kind of excited to do commentary here on Josh and Sky's match. Both are playing very well. Skylar's really been coming along the last few events. I'm starting to like the way he's playing it. Plus, he shoots so straight that, he's always going to be a force to reckon with.
He was telling me that just recently, in probably the last 6 months or so, that he's really gotten to enjoy one pocket.
Yeah, we've talked a few times actually, and and I told him, I told him a few little things that he needed to do, and it's actually like he put it in his arsenal. He's actually using it, so that's what really makes him a little more dangerous. But a guy that shoots as straight as he does and banks as good as he does and knows where his cue ball's going. I mean, he's going to execute, do everything good. So he's really going to be somebody to watch here in the near future because he's got everything in his arsenal, so.
Yeah, it's something we were talking about last night, actually, during you and Chip's match. You probably are the best mover in the business, and you don't make too many bad shot choices either. But Sky has kind of this all-around. He's good at the banks. He's learning how to move good, and he shoots real straight. So
no, exactly.
He's an all-around threat when it comes to the table. Whereas somebody like Federer is still learning the moving game, but he has excellent firepower.
I mean, that's what makes any good player hard to beat, especially the ones that are really good at rotation and everything.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, they already know how to pocket balls or are really good at it, and next steps are just putting a few little touches and stuff.
Yeah, just got a message from Skylar. They're about to walk in. We can get this thing going.
Well, folks, if you want to hear a little bit of this commentary, you go to Omega Billiard TV and get your pass, and then watch the rest of the event. And then it's me and Fedor right after this, so I won't be able to do commentary on that, but I'm going to do this one.
Yeah, we'll just strap a wireless headset on your head. You can commentate your own match.
Don't worry. I have a few little plans in place, but for something you just said, but it'll take a little bit.
What so I can get into your head a little bit, because I know you see all the stuff online. So there's Barkin, and we're looking at a Chip and Federer match, and then I think we've got Chip and Shane coming up. Federer's moving up that totem pole. Chip's always in action. What's next for T-Rex?
I have a big match planned for the first week of September. Second week of September.
Gotcha.
So after the Texas Open and right before that big $5,000 entry fee one pocket event, I got some stuff in the works. We're waiting on the flyer to finish up right now, but definitely going to be a big event.
Yeah.
This will be the biggest money match I ever played, for sure.
Really?
Ever.
That's awesome.
So I'm kind of excited, and I'm pumped, and I just want to play.
That's great. We obviously we love having you on our stream, but we just love action, period.
No, for sure.
So anytime there's big action matches, it's good for the entire pool world.
No, exactly. That's the way I feel.
Not just one or the other.
Right. Sooner people realize that, the better, honestly.
Mr. Woodward walking in right now. He'll have just a little bit of time to hit some balls, but will be getting ready to start here shortly. So once again, guys, if you're watching for free right now, this is a pretty rare occurrence. I don't get Tony Chohan in my booth very often. So make sure you go get your pay-per-view pass. You'll get a little bit for free, but we will not stay free on Facebook for very long. If you're watching on YouTube, same thing. OmegaBilliards.com is where you're going to get your pay-per-view pass. So if you want to hear expert commentary by one of the absolute best in the business, Tony Chohan, live on the mic for Omega Billiards. Looks like Sky's going to hit a few balls.
It's funny, like his cue's very light too.
Yeah, it's like a 17 or something like that. It's real light.
His cue plays well though. I had a few balls with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing like Chips, huh?
No, Chips actually plays good, but he's got the long extension on it and everything, and it's,
So I play with Carbon. I don't play a whole lot of one pocket. I play with Carbon, and I have a 3-inch extension that stays on my cue all the time. And every once in a while, when I'm playing on the big table, I gotta add the 6-inch to make it a nice long extension. But man, I don't know how he does it. It's so difficult for me to feel with that extra length, the real long extension.
Yeah.
And Chip plays that with that thing on all the time.
Yeah. Well, it's like Shane. They get used to it. That's just really what they do it for. I think more that I've seen more than anything is because when you're shooting long straight-in shots, it kind of keeps it real level.
Yeah, absolutely. So before this thing gets started, do you expect to see more of a moving game or more of a firepower run the balls out game?
I mean, I think it's going to come down to a lot of two-way shots. I mean, the name of the game really is two-way. I mean, much as people want to say, you can't just always move. Sometimes the majority of the game is always two-way.
You're exactly right. I think they're just about getting ready to start. I'm going to swing around beside you real quick.
Right.
We're going to move some stuff around.
Well, folks, they're going to probably start here in about within 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes. So, actually, they might be starting now.
Yeah, looks like they're about to lag right now, guys. Again, Facebook, for just a few minutes, you might get the first 10 or 12 shots, but we're not going to stay for free for long. This is a heavy match with some great commentary, so keep your eyes on it.
Josh wins the lag.
OmegaBilliards.com to get your pay-per-view pass. This is a race to 3 on the one-loss side, and whoever wins this gets a little deeper into the money on both sides of the cut. So this is a pretty big match here.
Yeah, this is for 5th, 6th, right?
This is for 5th, 6th.
Yeah, and winner goes to 4th.
Yeah, and so the secondary pot is what we're calling it. The secondary pot pays at 4th. So
right.
Extra money for quite a bit of extra money for either one of these players to win this match. So nothing motivates like money, right?
That's for sure. Here goes Josh with the break. 15 ball. No, it didn't come all the way up. All right, so in my opinion in here, he has a couple different shots he can shoot. You can go rail first, try to bank the 3 and just kind of move the cue ball straight up. So you kind of hit it fat so the cue ball just goes straight up like it's going towards the 2, but it doesn't have to get all the way up there, but you're still going to have the 3 as a blocker for the bottom rail. He can also kick at the 3 if he can see but behind the 3. I don't think he can. He might just try to play a easier shot by just no, he's kicking at the 3, it looks like. Yeah, that's what I thought. No.
Oh, he kicked it. He took them both out.
So the problem with this shot is if he did give up the 15, I don't think he did. My shot selection here, I like the shooting the bank, the 10 off the bottom of the 13, just barely grazing the 13, leaves the cut to where the ball sits kind of close to your hole off of the 13 bank.
And you're sticking on the stack, right?
Yeah, I'm sticking them right on the 1.
That's something I would have never saw. So we're talking going right into the top of the stack right there, letting the 10 clip off the 13 and bank towards your hole. While
plus you're moving a ball up table. You're moving a ball that goes to his hole away. I'm not sure exactly what Josh is looking at right now, because I'm pretty sure he's got a kiss on the 15 no matter what. So,
wow. This is some heavy knowledge here, guys. Get your pay-per-view pass. We got about 3 minutes left, and I'm cutting the stream on Facebook and YouTube.
So he shot the shot, see, but that's where he messed up. See, he didn't put enough cut off the 13 to make sure the ball because your purpose of the shot is to make sure you get the 13 or the 10 off the 13 close to your hole as you can. He didn't sell anything out by no means, but he didn't put no pressure on his opponent. You know, because now Sky can just bank the 6 away and just kind of leave it on that side of the stack, so that way Josh is still going to be in trouble. And what makes it even more trouble is that if Josh doesn't hide behind the 15, he's going to sell out a bank on the 8 or the 5, and he could possibly sell out a bank on the 13 that's up there. So these little shots like these are a big turning point for a match. He could bank the 6 hard into the bottom of the rail to the backside of the 2 and push both over. Now this is okay, and it's not nothing wrong with that, but he left him a good angle to come to the backside of the 15 now off of one of those balls.
I think he was definitely trying to stick
off the 14.
To the 4, right?
He could come off the 14 or the 9. Yeah, I mean, it's not that he came up short, but he could have pushed both those balls towards his side, right? Now he's, okay, I like this. He's going to tie up the 5-8 by barely going up. I don't know, he might not have that angle, though. But if he did, that wouldn't have been bad. Don't look like he does, though. So right here, Josh can move. He can bank the 14 into the 11 or the 13 and just push balls and then just do exactly that. And he hit it perfect because he got right up underneath it.
And welded to that 15 ball.
Yeah. So good cue ball there. Now Sky's going to run off the 15, go 2 rails, and just try to he's not going to try to move the 15 too much, but he wants to make sure he gets 2 rails to the backside of the 5 or the 8. So you thin it as much as possible and use a bunch of English with the touch. So just like that. So he even did it even better because he got it right on the 4.
That's strong.
Now Josh is going to look for that same angle that he was looking for earlier, but he can't. The angle's not there. Now he's kind of in a little bit of a spot. So one of the shots Josh could shoot would be move the 2 to the backside through the 6 and then just push the cue ball behind the 6 also. So you're breaking up a ball that's on your side and you're trying to push the cue ball right through there. And even then, unless the 4, 7, 15 are wired, which I don't think it is, It looks like the 10's probably in the way.
Yeah, I think
There's no shot for him to actually, even if you didn't get all the way underneath there. But you need to break up the 6 and 2 because it's not doing you no well. Otherwise, you're going to keep getting stuck back up there. So these are shots that avoid the game for, when they prolong. When I say a game is being prolonged when people try to move and wedge all day long. Because all they did was just make the game longer. It's not bad, but it's not great. And the reason why it's not great is because he left an angle
and set him right on top of the rail.
Well, so now Skylar's probably still going to shoot the 11. I mean, because I'm not so sure if 2. It looks like it might go, but it don't have to. Skylar's probably not going to shoot, actually, now that I think about it, because it looks like it might come straight into the 4.
Yeah, if he could have got on the far side, on the right side of the 4 with the cue ball afterwards, they'd definitely shoot at it, but I think the angle's just not there.
Now, one of the shots, he's jacking up and shooting, I guess.
Maybe just pushing it to his hole.
So he shoots so straight. See, I
so
thought he could get there, but I didn't. They know better than I do.
That's still, though, that's a pretty sketchy shot because of how he ran into the 4. It could have gone bad had he missed it.
So now Skylar can just punch the 4 into the 5, and even if it hits the 8, great. If it doesn't, you stick the cue ball just like that on the 1 and the 7. And you'll notice, a little touchy with that one.
Yeah, we're going to pull a ball back for that one. Pull through with that.
All right, so now this shot, if I'm Josh, I'm going to bank the 10 towards my side of the table and try to stick it on the back side of the 15. And you more or less want to leave it on the top side of the 15 so you make sure that you don't get to the bottom side where you allow the person to play offensive shot with the 5 banking either straight in or vice versa.
And once again, guys, just a very short amount of time left for free on Facebook and YouTube. So OmegaBilliards.com will get your pay-per-view pass.
So he hit it perfect just like that. He left the 11, so he's going to get stuck on the backside of the 12 and the 1 here, I'm almost sure. Just focus on the cue ball, sticking the cue ball right there on the 12 and the 1. Where the 11 goes doesn't matter, but the 12, making sure you get the cue ball right there on that 12-1 is huge. As good as he is with his cue ball, he should focus just on that shot, on just making sure the cue ball gets right there on the 1. Which isn't bad, but he left the angle. That's why he needs to make sure you put him right on the 12-1 so that way they can't get the grip on the whole cue ball. Now Josh is looking at a shot. I'd rather shoot the 9 ball 2 rails and suck my cue ball down into the 15 and just make sure I get that cue ball, that 9 ball down close enough to my hole. And that's what he's looking at now. Use a little bit of low inside kill and grab the ball as fuller. See how he hit it with the outside? Then he's got no chance to make the shot then. But if he could have used a little bigger cut and killed the ball.
There's a good call there when he's shooting that ball. Guys, this is the last call, so we're on pay-per-view. Facebook and YouTube are going off. Expert commentary with T-Rex, Tony Chohan, Sky, and Josh Roberts now, and immediately following, we're going to have Feder and T-Rex for the hot seat. Go get your pay-per-view pass. I'm about to cut the feed on Facebook and YouTube. Thank you guys so much. We'll see you on the other side.
So right here, he could shoot the 12-1 and just kind of punch the cue ball straight. So now you might have the right angle off the 12-1 bank to come into the 8 and have a possible chance to make the 8. And you can push the cue ball so you're